the series. I absolutely loved it. It's so fun. I remember being ready for the raunchiness back in 2016, but was so pleasantly surprised by how much heart the movie had, and I think it's no different in the series. Maybe it's because I'm a vegan and I like to see food fight back.
It is.
Right. But I think it's always powerful in storytelling when the audience can empathize with whoever's on screen, whether it's humans or food. Seth, can you talk to me about continuing to let the heart and the horniness live together, without compromising one over the other?
No, they go very well together. We that was like a big philosophy on the movie. Was like we kept always saying like, what if a movie called Sausage Party was like actually a little smarter than you thought it was going to be, which is not that hard with a movie called Sausage Party. And so expectations are low. We like this kind of like religious kind of exploration in the movie, and so the idea for the show to have kind of this societal exploration, what it's like to start a society and create a government and create rules and laws and all this stuff, that was just like a very interesting arena for us, and it also allowed for us to have sex with each other.
Very important. It lends itself to so many metaphors and allegories in a really fun and clever way. And hear me out on this, but I'm going to get deep for a second.
Great.
But I think it's also really fun and clever that you have this food coming alive in their natural forms. You don't have human parts at it, which I actually think that makes you're not able to objectify the characters, which is really rare. So Kristen, it also makes it a little feminist in a way. I'm going to say it here.
Real little.
Hey, you could have slapped on.
I mean, Brenda's got some curves.
She's got fun-ass curves. She's not like those Pixar memes.
Respectful. But Kristen, when you're revisiting Brenda the Bun,
yes.
Is there freedom in a sense? You've been in this industry for a minute. Is there freedom in a sense, knowing you don't have to worry about a character being objectified in that way?
In a whole other way.
In a whole other way, yeah. I know. Yes. I mean, I think that the show is very smart, and it does have a lot of heart, like you were saying. And I think Brenda is sort of she is sexy, and she's, but it's not in a way that's oh, look at this, porno bun. You know what I mean? She's, just having feminine curves, which is sexy. And the fact that, I don't know, she's super strong. She's kind of a voice of reason. She has an amazing relationship with Frank. It could have gone another way.
Yeah.
And I think what they did was it was respectful, and it's smart and really funny.
No, it's something that I didn't necessarily think about in the movie, but when I was watching the series, I was like, oh. And I think it also allows for the kind of fuckfest, excuse my language, to happen with all the orifices.
People food.
Yeah.
You're just seeing food.
No, nothing's really gendered, or there's not
all rules and stigmas have been tossed by the wayside.
No, and it kind of makes you be oh, this should exist with live act. It kind of just makes you think. It made me think a lot this time around. I love that. Well, Sam, you're no stranger to voiceover work. You're quite brilliant at it. And when you're approaching humanizing a non-human character like Julius the Orange, does your physicality change in the booth? How does your approach change?
That's a good question. I think anytime doing any sort of voice acting, it's fun to be physical because you can just do whatever you want to get the voice where it wants to go. So where you're acting on camera, the body has to be so specific. But for animation, it's just the voice. So if you need to swing your arms or puff your chest up, or enlarge your your butt. You can do all these things.
We kept asking him to do that.
Yeah. I was like, I don't understand.
Enlarge it. Enlarge it. We can tell it's not enlarged. Here.
Like big
Rice
pillows.
needs to get up there.
We can hear it.
It shows in the voice.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, that's why I enjoy doing voice acting so much, because it's and then there's takes. So like the takes can be so small.
Yeah, it must be really freeing, like not having to worry about continuity, and you know that the only instrument that will be used is your voice. But like you said, you can kind of go crazy with the physicality in the booth. Like, let me ask, since all of you have done so much voiceover work and on-screen work, like, do you find that one affects the other? Like when you kind of bounce back, or do you kind of learn things from being able to be so free in the booth that then you can apply to on-camera work that maybe wasn't there before?
I mean, there definitely is so much freedom in the booth, and sometimes I forget that when I'm on camera, and I think like, oh, I have to do this, stay on the mark, and we have to get out of here by a certain time, and you forget that you can sometimes like go there, and especially something like this where there really is no bad path to take. You can kind of just like have fun with it. So it does remind me personally that I can be a little more free. Yeah.
It's true.
What about you, Seth?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I agree. I think sometimes, yeah, you get oriented on just like getting it done, and then in voiceover it's like you have so much time to do everything because it is so not a technical process in comparison to making like a movie or a TV show. Like for a shot on a TV show to work, it's like 100 people have to come together and like this orchestra of a million things to like, get like a person walking to a door and saying a sentence, But in voiceover, it's just like you're in a room with a microphone, and like as long as the hit record, like everything is usable, And so, yeah, it allows you to focus more on just kind of the performance and just kind of trying stuff out and playing stuff, and then you see it reminds me like, oh yeah, like. You can actually riff. Sometimes if you riff on a line for 10 minutes, it's really funny. And, like, you'll get to something very different and fun. But not everyone wants that. I think I really am, like, trying to work backwards from, like, what I'm making and what the person making it wants of me. Because sometimes they want you to improvise a lot, and sometimes they want you to shut the fuck up and say their lines.
Yes. I've totally had that experience with it. When someone's like, so we're not really like improvising, and I'm like, I'm not. That's fine.
Yeah, if anything, it's weird when they're like, now riff, and I'm like, no,
we got it. We do one is scripted, and I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Totally. I think too, it's this idea of like the playfulness, which like sometimes disappears not by anyone's fault, sometimes on a set, but because there's so many factors.
Yeah.
But to just be in the booth and like to let it go.
It's much less pressurized an environment. Yeah.
Right.
And again, you inherently know, like, if I waste 10 minutes, I've wasted like a few $1,000s, not like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I think like that like weighs on me personally, whereas I'm standing there like improvising stupid fucking hot dog jokes like, to try to get to something that really makes me laugh. It's like, if you're alone in our little room, it feels much less pressurized than when there's like the fucking guy standing there like, how long is this motherfucker gonna do this for? See like the beads of sweat coming down their face, being like, all right, I don't think you're on anything with this one. Yeah, I think you guys maxed out. Yeah.
Wells dry, bro.
You got it a few minutes ago, I think.
Oh my gosh. Well, last but not least, and not to put anyone on the spot, but at Cherry Picks, what we do is we collect reviews from female and non-binary critics, and we create a cherry score. So my question to the three of you is, what's a recent watch, a movie, or a TV show that, to go off of the food puns, that you would give a full bowl of cherries,
Damn.
a 10 out of 10? What's something you like to support right now?
I really liked the America's Sweethearts documentary about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't watch
great.
that yet.
It's pretty great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard it's very good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna watch that.
What else?
I really like Blue White Samurai.
Oh yeah, that's
was
on
really
Netflix
good.
as well,
That was
right?
really good. Yeah.
Oh, that's
This good.
That one took me by surprise. It was
Netflix
like
it.
I kind of like my husband put it on, and like I was like thinking I wasn't gonna get into it, and then I just like you know when you like you're on the couch like this, and you're ready to get up, and then you're like, okay, maybe I should sit back.
Oh, no.
oh, and the new season of The Boys.
Oh yeah,
really good.
Right.
1,000%.
It
Yes.
is.
Thank you. I just watched Godzilla -1.
That's
Oh,
also
yeah.
good.
Saw that. Did you do
Yes.
black and white, or did you?
No, I did the normal one. Is there? Oh,
I think
is
there's
there
a black
the
and
color?
white
I want
and
to
a-
watch that.
yeah.
Okay.
It was amazing. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I agree. Well, this was so fun. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you.
Both of you are so lovely.
Thank you.
So are you.
It was a
Thank you.
joy.